Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Tuesday. Tuesday always used to be request day, and today for the last time it is the last of that long list of requested maps to be reviewed. From now on in, any requested maps could be done soon. They might be on the long list. You can never be sure. But today, requested. Now, one little thing I do want to point out before we go any further is that I have a new series on my second channel, BonBonB 2. It's an RPG, it's a painting game, and it's called Eastshade. It's a very beautiful game. I'd love for you to join me over there as I explore that fantasy world. Should be a lot of fun. Right, okay, so back to today's map. It's based on a real-life location. It's a creator we have done once, I believe, in the past. And it's not a bad effort. And if you're a big fan of Not a Bad Effort, you know what to do. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for your support. Today's map is Dry Falls by Mytwo Centsworth. And if you remember Grand Coulee, which we did not so long ago, this is the same kind of area. There's your start square. Start square looks very buildable, all in the valley there. We've got the rail running through it as well, which is pretty good. The terrain heights look like that, so a lot of fairly flat build space. It's not entirely flat, based off a real life terrain height map there. And then we have the resources that look like that. Again, plenty of resources to play with. You may have to hunt them down a little bit. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. The Western Coast is the theme in action today, and we'll be using the realistic 1.2 LUT. Also, the tiny canal network, not something we've ever used in a map before on this show, and a nice little write-up if you like write-ups. Very good read going on there. So, it's based off of it is based off of the real life map. The roads are roughly in the right place, but there's some creativity that's been taken, some license being taken by Mytwo Centsworth on this one, and it does kind of work. There's plenty of room for embellishment later on. I'm going to have one or two grumbles about the detailing, but the detailing doesn't really detract from the map at all. I don't think you'll have too many issues with it. Maybe one issue. We'll get to that very soon. Nice little elevated section here that allows for the water runoff coming down the hill. That's the tiny little details like that that can make the big difference to a bland map becoming a slightly less bland map. Now, this is the one of the main intersections on the map. It's very loose. I've got to say very, very loose. The real life intersection is nothing more than a T-junction, which we'll see off of Google Earth right there. But what we have here just feels it could be tidied up. Like this road here, I feel maybe we could have just connected that road straight onto this one. And then as this road carries on quite a way down, maybe joining that up a little bit further down. I know it will require traffic to merge onto roads they're not going to be using, but I think there's stuff that could be done. Or you could have used a clover leaf, I don't know. Merge lanes here got a minor problem here, a tiny little jinky janky going on there on both arms, and here we have some stop start traffic as well. Now it's fairly easy fixed with a little bending of the segments like that just to get the motion rolling again. It's not a huge problem, and by doing that we've also got rid of the jinky jankies as well, which is a nice thing. So just a tiny little adjustment there and everything's going to flow. I don't think that would have caused any gameplay problems really, because we're all a way out from the start square. And although it was stop-start, we're talking national roads, and I don't think we're doing a huge city build here. Maybe a large suburban style build down in that valley maybe. And maybe having a few industrial areas dotted around the map as well. I don't feel that this is going to be a heavily clogged up map. If that's what you're looking for, there are other maps on the workshop, but this one does have a vibe to it. I do love the terrain on this one. I think it's a very well selected part of the world, and it's been very well done as well in terms of the actual height map and how it's been implemented into the map itself. Loving these cliffs, for example, very nicely done. Now this is your start square intersection, and this is quite tidy. I like this. Okay, I like this. It just feels like it could actually have been built in that sort of way. It's like a little bit of slope work could be fixed slightly, but again, it's far from the worst intersection. Far from the worst intersection we've seen. Anyway, we're down in that valley now, heading down in towards the start square. We slickly roll down here. We've got a little elevated section of road here again for water runoff. Although that's coming down from the highway as well, but that would do it. That would stop a lake from forming there, wouldn't it? A little bit of blue mantle underneath the bridge there, tiny little peak of that there. And then we head down the National Road in towards the start square, which means we can have a little look at one of those things. You know those things? I must think came in a little bit early there. Sorry about that, guys. Those things right down there, which are assets. This one's by one of the greatest asset creators of them all. It's King Leno. It's the Navy Yard Apartments. What we have here are two different buildings. Two same buildings, but of different heights, different elevations. A tall one and a short one. And you can move it to move them together into different configurations. I think that would look amazing. Anyway, factoids. Because factoids. Why not? On this day, what day is it? I have no idea. Hang on, bear with me. I'll be right with you. Let me just call up the BonBonB. It's apparently the 26th today. Oh, there you go. On this day, today, November the 26th, 1764, a great storm raged over the whole of England. Terrible damage was caused and 8,000 people are thought to have lost their lives. There we are. There you are. I shut my book. I know what day it is now. It's the 26th. Today's asset of the day, their Navy Yard Apartments. By King Leno. I am with it. I just don't know what day it is. Where are we? Heading back up the national roads and then back into the valley. This is very nice. Could moan a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more interesting use of the foliage on this map, but what foliage there is used isn't really detracting. It's fine, and the terrain does kind of hold itself up, and we've got a really good theme as well. Very, very nice theme. Right, let's follow the rail, shall we? See where the rail takes us. Well, first of all, we got a little split in the rail here, and this is an interesting little creative feature. I don't believe this is a little bit of blue mantle there somewhere. Hang on. Yeah, I can see a little bit of blue mantle right there from the different angle. There we go. But yes, yeah, a little bit of creative work with the rail and the road as well, where you see the rail goes into the water. The road over there heads into the water as well, and then it emerges in that valley over there, which we'll have a look at a little bit later on. But yeah, that doesn't appear to be a thing in the real life map, or not one that's very clear on Google Earth anyway. Right, a rail. So what can I tell you about the rail? It's fine. There's no major uppy downy. There's a little bit of undulation, but it's well within eye visibility. Is fine. You know what I mean. It's not janking all over your retina. That sounds bad, doesn't it? It looks okay to me. It looks absolutely fine to me. A little bridge over the river here, which is fine. And then going past through the start square. You can tell the start square because of that building, or those two buildings even. And then we'll head down here over another little bit of a river. Perfectly lovely bridges there. No complaints at all with those. I've got a few drowned trees here. Just a few in that little lake there. Now, to me, I'm thinking that, okay, there's an argument that is like a high water level or whatever flooded in there. But I don't know. I think they should have been cleared, personally. My instinct. Minor stuff. Anyway, following the rail along. Yes, so that channel... If we haven't hit 10,000 subscribers by now, we're very close on doing it. Oh, love this bridge, by the way. Nice little curve on this bridge. Nice little curve. Tiny little blue mantle underneath the bridge at the far end there. We should probably try and get the camera in the right position to see it. There it is. But yes, we are verging on that 10,000. So if you haven't already subscribed, now's a really good time to do so. Got loads of new stuff coming, including streaming. Yes, my new broadband will be set up in a matter of days. Looking forward to that. Now, I kind of like the switchbacks on that, the little curves that takes, snaking its way up the hill. I do question whether it might have been more realistic. I don't know whether, I've not checked the map for this to see what happens in real life. Just to have followed up here and then just done a little cutting to merge up at about this point here. I don't know what would have been more realistic, up through the snake or more direct route. Anyways, I digress. I think we'll take an intermission. We'll come back and have a look at the shipping routes and the water flow. Be ready for all of that.
Wouldn't it be great if Cities Skylines had tides within the game? Well, now it does, thanks to TPB's Tides mods. Want to know more? Then you need BonBonB's Tides tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so, shipping routes in Dry Falls by Mytwo Centsworth. There aren't any. That's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm just saying, there aren't any. There could have been, possibly in that lake at the top there, but if we're going for realism, I feel that Mytwo Centsworth has made the right decision there. What about water flow? Well, we do have this water running through the start square, and although we can't see any arrows, if we come down low enough, we can actually see the water is actually flowing down the street. There's one arrow there, one arrow, ooh, and then it carries on down here as well. So I guess that's kind of useful. Let's have a little look for water spawn points just to see. Oh, actually we have one in the middle of that lake. That's a bonus. That means you'll never run out of water in the start square. We also got a little bit of underwater water spawn there. Maybe you could dig that area out and then you'll actually have an extra water source in that area. There's a thought, something to look out for. Right, overall, I just love the terrain on this map. I think it's been very well done. Clearly from a height map, but it's been well worked throughout the map. There's no pixelization anywhere. It's just very, very clean, tidy, nice work. Foliage, we have more foliage actually in the lower areas than there are in the upper areas, which does feel quite normal as well. And these areas are just really interesting. And just the erosion lines are amazing as well. And we come over here, you can see how this, yes, the water runoffs here. Now we've got two different sorts of foliage down here. We've got the small plants and the small trees. Small plants, small bushes and the small trees. And again down here, small bushes and small trees. And again there, small bushes, small trees. Okay, right. But then we go across the other side. Now this I find a bit weird. Down here, we've just got the small bushes. And then come have a little look around over here. We've got a little patch of foliage over here. All small bushes. And then looking for somewhere. Oh, we've got one tree. A lone tree. A big lone tree on itself. That's fine. I don't mind that. And then over here, down here, we've got another ravine down here. And again, it's just the small bushes. So they don't quite match up either sides of the valley. And it probably would do. Right, well, let's have a look at this the canal network. Well, it's a tiny canal network which connects up the dam up here, where there is a hydro dam, apparently. I've had a little look on Google Earth again. I've got one or two minor grumbles with this. If we're going to be a bit too picky, I might as well make it picky. Go on, it's my show. First of all, the bridges not perfectly aligned. They could be, they probably would be, probably are. And that's fine. Got this weird lump of terrain here. You might argue that's from where they're digging out the canal. I could kind of buy that sort of, but still smoother might be nicer. And also, I'd quite like to see this canal like widen a little bit. You can see from the image from Google Earth, it does widen by having two canals. So I'd like to see probably a widening of that, just to allow a little bit more water just merging in from the lake. But all told, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's just not the most amazing bit of super duper detailing we've ever seen. But it's fine. Absolutely fine. Now, if we have a look down here, yeah, we'll head down here. Remember the rail and the road that went under the water? Well, they don't actually go under the water. They do stop dead there, which is kind of nice. Not going to get those error messages warning about flooded waters or whatever too much. Then we follow the rail up here. Arguably a bit too steep, I know. And then we have everybody's favourite factory, which is an abandoned factory, which if we go into nightfall, you can tell that they have been mining the uranium. Look at that. Haha, that's a nice little touch, that one. Do you know what? I wouldn't have noticed that if you hadn't mentioned something in the comments. So if you're writing the description, always make sure that you drop a hint or two in if there's something that I'm supposed to find, and I'm more likely to find it. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide it. What do I think? I think first of all we've got to get a decent thumbnail. So somewhere around about here, the glowing factory in the background. That should do it. Okay, aesthetically. Alright, I really love the design. I think it's a very well selected area of terrain. I think the terrain looks amazing. I just don't feel it pops beyond that. I'm going to give it a high 3. It wouldn't take much to push this into 4 stars. It's a high 3 for aesthetics. For detailing, the detailing isn't too bad. There are a few bits that need fixing or might need a bit of fixing here and there. It doesn't shine, but again, there's nothing horrendous about it. And again, I think I can give this the medium to midly high 3. 3 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. A tough one to call on this one. It is what it is, and for what it is, it kind of deserves a 4th star. I'm just not truly feeling it. It's the little adjustments have been made to make it work better don't really add enough for me. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to go a high 3 stars again. It's definitely a playable map anyway. Dry Falls by Mytwo Centsworth. It looks really cool. I just think they probably just taking a little bit more license and just going, do you know what? We are going to put a highway through here, or we are going to do this, and just throwing away the existing networks because we have in places anyway. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Don't forget Eastshade now on BonBonB 2. Head over there and subscribe to that channel for lots more things to come as well. And bear in mind, we've also got streaming coming soon. Streaming, I tell you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very, very soon.